Transcendental meditation. How to practice transcendental meditation for greater health, creativity, and happiness. Introduction. In the late 1960s through the 1970s, transcendental meditation was popular and millions of people learned it, from toddlers barely able to say their word of wisdom, to hippies, to business executives, to retirees looking for a new lease on life. It was popularized by the Beatles, the Beach Boys, and Donovan, when they learned it from Maharishi Mahesh Yogi in India in 1968. They incorporated its philosophy in some of their songs, which inspired the hip generation to learn it. But what really helped it take off was scientific research conducted in peer-reviewed journals such as The Lancet that showed definite health and productivity benefits. This convinced the older generation to try it. Thus, in the mid-1970s, one would find, in TM teaching centers across the country, business people and senior citizens, holding bouquets of flowers, part of the initiation ingredients, along with flower children. However, during the 1980s, partly because of outlandish claims of advanced TM techniques called siddhis, powers, such as levitation, invisibility, and the ability to walk through walls, and partly because of lawsuits against the TM organization accusing it of being a religion and not teachable in public schools, transcendental meditation fell out of favor. But, as with most fads, there are cycles, and TM is once again experiencing an upsurge in interest. Many Hollywood celebrities such as Jim Carrey, Katy Perry, Clint Eastwood, and Hugh Jackman practice it. Over 350 scientific studies have proven its benefits, and doctors are starting to prescribe it instead of drugs. But TM is neither a religion nor a passing fad of the 1970s and 2010s. Like Hatha Yoga, it is a proven technique for bettering your life in many ways. But unlike Hatha Yoga or other meditation techniques, anyone can practice it because it is easy to understand and effortless to practice. It doesn't require any concentration or contemplation, and you can easily fit it into your daily routine. This book is meant to introduce you to transcendental meditation. It does not teach the technique. No book can do that. But it does tell you all you need to know to inspire you to start and to keep you practicing. Thank you for downloading this book, and may you reap the benefits of TM and find better health, greater energy, more satisfying relationships, and increased productivity. Copyright 2014 by Serenity Way Publishing, all rights reserved. This document is geared towards providing exact and reliable information in regards to the topic and issue covered. The publication is sold with the idea that the publisher is not required to render accounting, officially permitted, or otherwise, qualified services. If advice is necessary, legal or professional, a practice individual in the profession should be ordered. From a declaration of principles which was accepted and approved equally by a committee of the American Bar Association and a committee of publishers and associations. In no way is it legal to reproduce, duplicate, or transmit any part of this document in either electronic means or in printed format. Recording of this publication is strictly prohibited, and any storage of this document is not allowed unless with written permission from the publisher. All rights reserved. The information provided herein is stated to be truthful and consistent, in that any liability, in terms of inattention or otherwise, by any usage or abuse of any policies, processes, or directions contained within is the solitary and utter responsibility of the recipient reader. Under no circumstances will any legal responsibility or blame be held against the publisher for any reparation, damages, or monetary loss due to the information herein, either directly or indirectly. Respective authors own all copyrights not held by the publisher. The information herein is offered for informational purposes solely, and is universal as so. The presentation of the information is without contract or any type of guarantee assurance. The trademarks that are used are without any consent, and the publication of the trademark is without permission or backing by the trademark owner. All trademarks and brands within this book are for clarifying purposes only and are owned by the owners themselves, not affiliated with this document. Chapter 1, Benefits of Transcendental Meditation. What is Transcendental Meditation, TM? Everyone is either doing it or talking about it. Oprah Winfrey, Jennifer Aniston, Howard Stern, Sheryl Crow, Heather Graham, Russell Brand and doctors do it and highly recommend it. An estimated 6 million non-celebrities are practicing TM. The American Heart Association recently gave Transcendental Meditation, TM, its stamp of approval, and doctors are prescribing it to their patients with high blood pressure. It is a simple relaxation technique that quiets the mind and body with resulting physical and psychological benefits such as increased energy and better sleep. Not only does TM increase energy and focus and improve sleep, it also increases your pain tolerance, which helps with maintaining and increasing exercise routines. Also, researchers compared the brain waves of those who practice TM with star athletes and found certain similarities in brain functioning. The Seattle Seahawks reportedly practiced meditation in the week leading up to their crushing 43-8 defeat of the Denver Broncos in the 2014 Super Bowl. A study published in Circulation found that TM can reduce blood pressure and risks of heart attacks and strokes. It can also reduce your risk for Alzheimer's by strengthening the linkage between different areas of the brain. Research shows that TM improves productivity and creativity. Twice daily practice of TM can give you mental clarity necessary to solve problems. Executive Management Associates CEO Nancy Slomowitz encouraged her employees to start TM after experiencing benefits of TM in her own life. She said, TM produced tangible, practical benefits in both their professional and personal lives. The workplace environment soon grew from toxic to harmonious among other positive changes. And surprisingly, the company's cost of healthcare insurance actually went down due to a reduction in sick claims. Marnie Abramson, owner of Tower Companies Real Estate, attests to TM's ability to increase employee productivity. She said, I would say that arranging a TM course for your employees is probably the fastest, easiest, and least expensive way of getting more out of your workers than you could ever imagine. Over 350 scientific studies have been conducted on transcendental meditation, and the results are overwhelmingly positive, showing that it lowers stress levels, heightens creativity, increases problem-solving skills, and improves your sense of well-being. Other benefits that have been documented by scientific studies include reduced high blood pressure and death rates, reduced hypertensive medication, reduced atherosclerosis, reduced thickening of coronary arteries, reduced constriction of blood vessels, reduced myocardial ischemia, slowing of aging, reduced hospitalization rates, decreased medical care, improved memory, increased intelligence, decreased anxiety, and reduced alcohol abuse. Are you convinced of the benefits of TM and want to start? To learn how to practice transcendental meditation, visit www.tm.org to find a certified teacher near you. Why can't you learn from a book like this? As Rachel Katz, a certified transcendental meditation teacher at the David Lynch Foundation in New York City says, it's like so many things, from learning a musical instrument to learning to play tennis. It's valuable to have a good teacher to help guide you so that you master the technique. Also, TM is a registered technique, and even if I could teach it in a book, it would be unethical and I would be subject to a lawsuit. However, the information contained herein is based on extensive research on the history and benefits of TM, its philosophy, the do's and don'ts ts of practicing it, and some ideas on why it works. Think of this book as a guidebook for those who have been or are thinking about being initiated into the TM technique, which I will describe in the next chapter. Chapter 2, The Basic Technique. Since meditation is a mental technique, an understanding of the mind is helpful in learning how to meditate. The mind is like an ocean. Our attention is like a leaf on the surface that is blown about by the winds of circumstances, constantly being distracted. If we were to still our attention and allow it to sink below the surface waves of thoughts and chatter, we would experience the stillness of deeper levels of the mind. These levels are more powerful just as finer levels of matter are more powerful, for example, atomic energy versus chemical energy. Continuing with the ocean analogy, a tidal wave is more powerful than ordinary surface waves because it originates at the bottom of the ocean from an earthquake or mudslide. It, therefore, has greater amplitude. Thoughts originating at deeper levels of the mind are similarly more powerful. They are not driven by the winds of circumstance but can, themselves, create any circumstance you desire. Most people think of meditation as an active technique like visualization or contemplation in which you concentrate on a thought, mandala, candle, or your breathing, or try to empty your mind of thoughts. This is counterproductive to the goal of meditation, which is to still the mind and dive to deeper levels, for the more you try to concentrate or empty the mind, the more you stay on the active surface level. The transcendental meditation technique does not involve any concentration or control of the mind. It allows the mind to simply, naturally and effortlessly transcend thinking and experience a deep state of restfully alertness. The correct attitude to take is effortlessness. Athletes, singers, actors and other professionals will tell you that if they try too hard, their performance suffers, they get out of the flow. They also will tell you that with the proper technique, their performance can flow effortlessly. There are many misconceptions about how to practice the transcendental meditation technique. Some people think it involves feeling at one with the universe, while others think it is something that can be learned from a book. In fact, it is none of these things. The transcendental meditation technique is a simple, natural procedure that anyone of any background, age, or gender can practice. There are now more than 6 million people worldwide who practice and enjoy the TM program. The vehicle that allows the mind to sink to finer and finer levels is called a mantra. The word mantra comes from the Sanskrit man, meaning mind, and tra, meaning to free. Thus a mantra is a vehicle that frees the mind from the buoyancy of surface thinking and takes it to its deepest levels and beyond, to the source of thought in the etheric dimension. It is composed of certain Sanskrit syllables which naturally gravitate to finer and finer levels. As this happens, the mantra draws the awareness down with it because the awareness is more attracted to it than to any other thought, just as certain words like sex stand out distinctly in the babble of a party. This will very naturally take the mind deeper and deeper until it reaches the source of thought, the transcendental field, which is beyond thoughts, sensations, and emotions. The mantras used in transcendental meditation come from a long tradition of spiritual masters. The criteria for choosing the right mantra for each person and how to gently introduce it the mind is part of the TM initiation ceremony, which may seem to be a religious ritual but is actually a systematic process that gets a new meditator off on a good initial start. That's why it's called an initiation. People can try using mantras they make up without an initiation ceremony, but they will not receive the same results and benefits. Only a qualified teacher can properly train a person how to transcend properly, and the technique is taught in a 7-step course over a few days. Then the transcendental meditation teacher will check the practice of the student over the coming weeks and months until the technique is completely natural and practiced correctly. Because it is so simple and effortless, people tend to complicate it and add effort to the practice. That's why it's important to learn from a teacher. You can find qualified TM teachers in your area by visiting www.tm.org. The basic technique, once you receive your mantra, is as follows. Sit down and get settled and comfortable. Make sure that there are no distractions. Close your eyes. Perform alternate nostril pranayama to calm your body and mind. This, in itself, is a powerful technique for energizing and relaxing, especially in stressful situations. To do it, follow these steps. 1. Closing your right nostril with your right thumb. Inhale through your left nostril to the count of 8. The breath should be slow, steady, and full, and your tongue should be touching your palate behind your upper teeth. 2. Now close the left nostril by pressing gently against it with your ring finger and pinky, and open your right nostril by lifting your thumb and exhale fully with a slow and steady breath to the count of 8. 3. Inhale through the right nostril to the count of 8, close it, and then 4. Lift your ring finger and pinky and exhale through the left nostril to the count of 8. That's one complete round. Begin with 5-10 rounds and add more as you feel ready. When you are calm sufficiently, mentally recite your mantra without saying your mantra out loud. Feel the mantra and do not force yourself to concentrate on the mantra. You can begin by repeating your mantra with every in-breath and out-breath, but let it go when it starts changing. When you meditate, the mantra will change as it descends. It may become indistinct or distorted. That's okay. Don't think that it has to remain at the correct pronunciation. If you try to keep it the same, you will stay at the surface level it was given. The mantra may disappear entirely and you may find yourself thinking other thoughts. That's okay too. When your awareness goes off on a tangent, just gently bring it back to the mantra. Don't berate yourself and don't force the attention to stick to the mantra. It will naturally want to go with the mantra. You may find that some of the thoughts that distract you from the mantra are insights into a current problem or reminders of things you need to do. These are important thoughts from your higher self and you will remember them. So you can let go of them and easily go back to the mantra. You may fall asleep during meditation. Don't feel that you have wasted time. This type of sleep is the most profound you can experience. If it happens often, it just means that your body needs it. Eventually, you will satisfy this need and be able to maintain alertness throughout the meditation. If at any time during meditation, you feel sleepy, don't try to be alert in order to repeat the mantra. Don't resist falling asleep. Sleep either sitting down or you can lie down in bed and sleep. When you wake up, it will be good to meditate sitting for 5 or 10 minutes because the sleep has revitalized your nervous system and it's now ready for more profound experiences of finer states of the mantra. Remember, whenever you fall asleep during meditation, meditate immediately after waking up. Chapter 3. Fitting TM into your schedule. You can meditate for 15-20 minutes morning and evening but not within 2 hours of eating a meal. Sit in a comfortable chair, feet flat on the floor, hands cupped in your lap. If you use an alarm clock to time yourself, the sudden noise may jar you. Even a cell phone alarm buzzing can be jarring. It's better to just peek at your watch by opening one eye slightly. Also, it would be good to turn your phone or keep off and put a "Do Not Disturb" sign on your door. If you are disturbed, make sure you take a minute to breathe deeply, stretch and slowly open your eyes before getting up. Think of yourself as a deep-sea diver, only you're diving to deeper levels of rest and mental activity. You want to gradually ascend. You will need to reserve a special place in your home for your meditation sessions. Remove any distractions such as phones or pets and have comfortable furniture, soothing lighting or no lighting, and fragrant incense. For example, you can convert a walk-in closet into a meditation room and have candles, incense and a comfortable chair with pillows. Once you have experienced the profound rest and relaxation of meditation, it will be easy and desirable to establish it as part of your daily routine, like taking a shower or brushing your teeth. It would be good to get in the habit of meditating at the same time and place twice a day. Some people have busy lifestyles and may find it difficult to fit into 15 to 20 minute sessions, but with a little creativity and cooperation from most people can adjust their schedules. For the morning meditation, set your alarm clock to go off 15 to 20 minutes earlier. The added rest of meditation will more than make up for the reduction in sleep. It would be good to take a shower and do other morning routines first so that you shake off morning grogginess before you meditate. Otherwise, you're likely to fall asleep. It's not advisable to eat breakfast or drink coffee before meditating as this would interfere with the meditation. A mother with a baby or toddler can meditate when her child takes a nap. For the afternoon or evening meditation, you can meditate on the way home if you take public transportation or carpool as long as you don't mind being disturbed by people talking. Or you can wait till you get home. Sequester yourself in your room with a "Do Not Disturb" sign on your door. It would be best if everyone in your family meditated or at least supported your practice. Children under 12 should not sit down with eyes closed to meditate, but can chant the mantra softly while coloring or playing. If you live in a chaotic household, it may be better to go to the library or church to meditate first before going home. If you can't meditate before dinner, wait an hour or two after eating, depending on how heavy a meal you eat, before meditating. If you meditate right before going to bed, the surge of energy may keep you from falling asleep. The more you practice meditating twice a day, the more firmly it will become established as part of your daily routine. The technique is not difficult and is usually pleasant, so it's self-reinforcing. All you need to do is establish 2 times and places each day when and where it will be possible to meditate. It's okay to take a break from meditation for a few days if you so desire, and you shouldn't feel guilty. For example, during the mourning period following the death of a loved one, meditation just doesn't seem to work. It's also okay to do short 5-minute meditations on occasion if you can't fit the entire 15-20 minutes into your schedule, or if you feel the need for an extra meditation before lunch. Chapter 4. Special considerations in unstressing pregnant women as well as people who are sick or injured and can meditate as much as they like. Dr. Patricia Carrington in Freedom in Meditation relates the story of a woman who meditated 6 times a day following abdominal surgery. She found that she didn't need painkillers or sleeping pills. Her doctor was amazed by her rapid recovery. This brings up the question of meditation versus medication. In the 1970s, at the height of TM's popularity, the following joke surfaced that made the rounds of talk shows and parties and was eventually published in the Reader's Digest. A man went to a dentist to have a cavity filled. The dentist asked him if he wanted Novocaine. The man replied, "No thanks, I transcend dental medication." Seriously though, it is vital that you not reduce or stop medication because of meditation. Tell your doctor that you are meditating and that research has shown that meditation improves your condition. Ask your doctor to reassess your condition from time to time to see if your dosage can be reduced or discontinued. Meditation may enhance the action of certain drugs such as anti-anxiety, antidepressives, antihypertensive, and thyroid-regulating medication. Certain drugs may interfere with your meditation, but it would be better to continue taking them until you feel better rather than not take them at all, because the sickness would also interfere with the meditation. If you have a high fever or feel extremely weak, it may be better to stop meditating until you feel better. People who suffer from serious depression, phobia, drug dependency or other psychiatric symptoms should begin meditation under the supervision of a therapist, ideally one who is a TM teacher, who can coordinate treatment with meditation. Other patients who require close monitoring are diabetics and those who have had a thyroidectomy. If you are bedridden, you should prop yourself up to meditate. This brings us to the question of the correct posture for meditation. For most people, sitting in a chair is the most comfortable position conducive to meditation. However, if you practice hatha yoga and are comfortable sitting in a half or full lotus, then, by all means, do so. If you slouch in a chair, you will tend to fall asleep. It would be better to keep your spine erect, chin tucked in, and feet flat on the floor. The hands should be resting comfortable in your lap or on the arms of the chair. The traditional meditation mudra or hand gesture is as follows. Rest your palms in your lap with the right palm in your left palm, both facing upward and thumbs touching lightly. If you sit on the floor to meditate, don't prop your back against a wall because you may jerk your head back suddenly and bang it. Various jerks and twitches of the muscles are one form of what has been called normalization, or stress release. Depending on the amount of built-up stress in a person, he or she can experience varying degrees of emotional or physical roughness or other sensations during meditation. This stress release is sort of like a rubber band, which, after being twisted into a tight knot, is suddenly released. It jumps and jerks until it is relaxed. Most people who have never meditated have experienced stress release when they lie down after a stressful day. They start to drift off to sleep when suddenly the body jerks and they wake up. Jerks and twitches are just one form of stress release. It can also manifest as feelings of heaviness or lightness, burning or cold sensations, itches, tingling, pressure, or numbness in some part of the body. Or can appear as pulsations like an electric current flowing through the body or tightness around the head or other part of the body. Sweating, trembling, pounding heartbeat and rapid breathing can also be stress release. Strong emotional outbursts, such as sudden laughter, anger, or tears, are common de-stressing phenomena most of the time. These experiences of stress release occur in the beginning of meditation and they clear the way for deep relaxation throughout the rest of the meditation. What you can do initially is let the mind continue to feel it. Be with it innocently, as it is, even if it increases or decreases in intensity. You should not open the eyes until the sensation has significantly diminished or faded away. Usually it happens after 2 or 3 minutes. But in case the sensation is strong and shows no sign of diminishing or dissolving, then you can lie down and rest, and if you feel sleepy and doze off, don't mind the time and come out when you naturally wake up. This usually is a sign that a large knot of stress has been released. Remember, meditate for 5 to 10 minutes after waking up. Sometimes during meditation you may experience an overpowering thought or feeling, and you have difficulty repeating the mantra. In such cases, don't try to think the mantra by force but become aware of your body. The mind will naturally be drawn to some physical sensation in the body that is connected to some deep stress in that area, is causing that obsessive thought or emotion. As the attention is innocently drawn to the physical sensation, the stress release is facilitated, causing the release to be more thorough, smoother, and easier. The shifting of your attention from the mental thought to the physical sensation also saves your mind from the influence of the obsessive thought or emotion. As the sensation begins to diminish, you will find that you will naturally begin to entertain other thoughts. This is the signal that it's time to restart the mantra. However, if you continue feeling any faint sensation when the mind is capable of thinking thoughts and, therefore, the mantra, this is not correct and has the effect of making the mind lazy and weakening the system. Restlessness during meditation is a form of stress release that should be allowed to play itself out. If you feel so restless that you can't sit still any longer and cut your meditation short, the restlessness will continue into your daily life. The best way to deal with restlessness is to continue meditating, accept the restlessness as normal, and gently go back to the mantra. Usually, the restlessness will disappear and be replaced by calm. Sometimes it takes more than 20 minutes for a particularly tight knot of stress to be unwound and resolved. If you feel such is the case, then continue meditating for another 5 or 10 minutes. Then, if time allows, lie down and rest for a while. Headaches are a form of stress release that needs special handling. If the pain begins during meditation, it probably is due to stress release. If headaches occur outside of meditation, they may be due to other causes, and, if frequent, should be brought to a doctor's attention. When you have a headache during meditation, take your attention off the mantra and put it on the pain. Let the pain be your mantra. In this way, you come more into harmony with the pain instead of fighting against it. What usually happens is that the pain goes away. Then you can go back to the mantra. Emotional unstressing after meditation should be allowed to play itself out or should be sublimated. If a person feels like crying, he or she should let the tears flow. However, if a person feels like beating up someone, he or she should hit a punching bag or go for a run instead. Anxiety that continues after meditation can be handled by deep diaphragmatic breathing. Breathe into the count of 8, hold for 8, breathe out to the count of 8, and hold for 8. Imagine light and peace enter every cell as you breathe in and visualize tension and anxiety released from your cells with every out-breath. Also, it would be good to do some hatha yoga exercises after meditation and talk about any uncomfortable thoughts and feelings with someone. If none of the above tactics are effective in dealing with unstressing after meditation, more drastic measures need to be taken. One way to stop unstressing is to reduce meditation time from 20 minutes to 10 or 5 minutes or less if necessary. Such adjustments should be made as soon as possible. Don't wait to see if the unstressing goes away by itself. Instead of reducing the time, you can reduce the frequency to once a day or once every other day. Or you can stop meditating for 5 days. Then, after 5 days, begin meditating for only 10 minutes once a day and gradually increase the time and frequency till you are back to 20 minutes twice a day. Chapter 5. The Neuropsychology of TM. The twice daily practice of TM conditions your mind to have a completely different response to thoughts. When you experience thoughts, you usually react with emotions or actions or a combination of the two. For example, you may think of a person you recently broke up with and consequently feel sad or angry. Or you may think about a project at work and start to plan a mental to-do list related to it, and, if you're not meditating, you may write down the list and start carrying out the action items. But if you're practicing TM correctly and think about your ex, you won't react with emotion. You won't even react negatively when you realize that you're off the mantra. You just gently return to the mantra. You are proactive, not reactive. You don't dwell on the thought, become emotional, or carry out action, you simply just return to the mantra. This completely reconditions your reaction to thoughts. You're no longer at the mercy of disturbing thoughts and the fight or flight response. You following the mantra to deeper levels of thought and experience the stay and play response. And this begins to get carried over into your non-meditation time when you're engaged in social, work, or other activities like driving. You notice that you no longer swear at the slow driver in front of you or the motorcyclist who cuts you off. TM requires dedication, repetition, and twice daily practice to recondition your reactions. It is no different than martial arts training. Mailu, a self-made millionaire, who also meditates, was a martial arts student in her youth. She was conditioned by her instructor to simultaneously block and punch till it became automatic. He talked her into entering a competition even though she only knew that move and one other. But she won the competition. With TM conditioning your reactions to thoughts, you can win any challenge, especially health challenges. This is exactly why it can help lower blood pressure or even increase creativity. When you have a thought and resulting emotions or actions that would normally cause an increase in blood pressure, your reconditioned, non-reactive response will prevent it. In the case of creativity, negative thoughts and self-doubts no longer will disrupt the creative process when you are trying to write, dance, or sing, freeing your inner muse. Again, the reconditioned non-response will prevent negative emotions and actions or no action, giving up. Thus, from a neuropsychological perspective we can see why TM really does work. It is reconditioning your mind to free it from negativity and experience positive benefits. Conclusion: thank you again for downloading this book. I hope this book will help you to be healthy, happy, and more productive. The next step is to contact a TM teacher through www.tm.org and get started on your exciting journey of transcendental meditation. Finally, if you enjoyed this book, then I'd like to ask you for a favor. Would you be kind enough to leave a review for this book on Amazon? It'd be greatly appreciated. Click here to leave a review on Amazon. Thank you and good luck. Preview of Mindfulness Meditation Guide for Beginners Chapter 1, Starting Out. Finding a suitable area for meditation. When you start out with mindfulness meditation, the last thing that you need is distractions. If you can find an area which is calm and away from the noises of everyday life, this helps. You need to make sure there is no television nearby, that there is no music to distract you, and in fact that you don't have anything that is likely to bother you while you are meditating. It can even be in the corner of a room, though calm colors are best and you will be seated during the meditation, so it's a good idea to have a cushion which is used for the meditation. Traditionally, these are known as a gundam or zafu. The reason that people don't generally use a normal bed pillow is that you need something to keep the body fixed in a certain position, rather than being forced to move around because of discomfort. Some people even use a folded blanket. It is also acceptable to be seated in a chair if this is found to be more comfortable, though the posture is extremely important. The back should always be straight and the neck straight, and the eyes should gaze directly at the floor about 3 meters in front of you, rather than in a real downward direction. The corner devoted to meditation at home should have items which are comforting to the eyes, since mindfulness meditation is done with the eyes open, since everything that happens both within the mind and outside the mind are captured and taken notice of. Unlike meditation, which cuts you off from the world, mindfulness meditation needs you to observe your body, where you are seated and the area you see in front of you, as well as noting your breathing techniques during the session. If it makes you more comfortable, you can make a small shrine, and this can include items which fit with your religious beliefs or familiar objects from which you draw comfort, such as family photos. You can also use incense sticks to help make the area more comfortable. Learning the pose for this type of meditation, you are expected to sit with your back straight. Apart from that, your body should be completely comfortable. Try not to knot up arms and legs, as to a certain degree you need to be relaxed and comfortable, rather than feeling restrained in any way. Remember to keep your back straight, as it is the backbone or spine that roots you to your chosen spot. Think of it like the roots of a tree and hold your head up, looking straight in front of you. Your arms should be at your sides with your hands comfortably placed on your legs, just above your knees. The benefits of learning with a group or a teacher. Beginners would do well to begin their mindfulness meditation among others just to get to the best position, to learn the breathing exercises and to learn how to react to thoughts that will occur to you during meditation. Instead of escape from problems, mindfulness meditation gives you time to look at the moment spent in meditation as a pause in life while also being aware that one cannot escape problems. Being mindful without judgment is very hard at the beginning, though you will learn a special kind of intelligence that takes account of every thought and allows you to be at peace with those thoughts, no matter what they are. You are not escaping the reality of life. You are becoming more aware of your part in the universe, and the meditation will help to make you stronger and more capable of facing everyday problems with a new wisdom. Click here to read the rest of the mindfulness meditation book. More books by Serenity Wave Publishing. Below you'll find some more great books by Serenity Wave Publishing that are popular on Amazon and Kindle. Simply click on the covers below. If the links do not work, for whatever reason, you can simply search for these titles on the Amazon website to find them. 100% free meditation MP3 audio tracks, just released. Live your best life, wire your mind for more money. Abundant Health. As a special thank you for downloading this book, I would like to offer you this free meditation audio package for free. Download here. Free presentation shows you how to force the universe to give you your dream life. Watch the video now.